So there's lots of games that we could use to simulate or to use in this particular lesson. What I thought I would do was to pull up the cards uh, program and or the objects that we cards and deck and hand that we've already done, and let's just simulate some blackjack games. Try to answer a couple questions. Maybe can we develop a simple strategy to win? Probably not, or there wouldn't be a lot of casinos out there. But maybe we can look at something and see what our probability of winning based on some things are, and answer the question. Maybe is there a greater probability of the dealer busting based on the card that's showing? So hopefully we can jump in there and answer a couple of these questions. So first of all, I want to start off with the card, hand, and deck, and then we're going to update to maybe do some of this stuff because I don't think we've put in the blackjack things into it so far. So let's go ahead and open it up. So what I did is I went and copy pasted the card, the deck, and the hand objects that were already in there. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to update. I think the hand, we probably need to do that. Um, let's see, what do we want to put in? Is it hand or let's see, deck? Maybe we do deck first because what I want to do is I want to be able to call a function that deals a particular card. So I don't think we have that right now. So we're going to call it def. We're going to call it deal card. And what we're going to put in is self, hand, and card. All right, so it should look a lot like when I deal a card, self and hand and the num cards. So instead of num cards, I'm going to tell it the card they actually want to deal it. So that's the only difference in these. And then maybe, so if card in self dot cards. So if it's in there, if it's in the deck, then and I can deal that card, then let's go ahead and do it. So hand dot num cards plus equals 1. Let's see, hand dot cards dot append card, and then self dot num cards is a minus, I guess minus equals 1. We're subtracting 1 from that, and then we got to add discards dot append. I'm going to add that card to the discard pile, and then what we have to do is sort of search out and find. I mean, let's just do it like this. So index is going to be equal to self dot cards dot index comma card. So that's the index to the card. So in other words, it's sitting in this long deck of cards could be possibly from 1 to 52, and then I want to find the place where that card sits, and then I want to delete that card out of there. So that's the next part. So delete self dot cards, and then let's see, self dot cards, and then we'll delete the IDX. We'll delete that card. I believe will work. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. So let me add something here. So shift enter, and then maybe so card. Let's go. Deck, or we'll just say D is equal to deck. H is equal to hand, and C1 is equal to card. I don't know, ace of spades. Enter, and then D dot deal underscore card. So remember, it's self, which is the D itself, and then hand is the hand that we're dealing it to, and then the card is going to be C1, and so print hand print D. All right. So cards in the deck is all of those cards, and then the card discard pile is the ace of spades. So we can have a C2 equal to card. Let's put another one there, maybe king of hearts. Let's deal 2 cards in there. So D dot deal card. Oops. card H, comma C2. And see what happens now. And I got 2 cards in there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it's going to do what we think it should do. So that's updated. I think we can get, so now when I'm trying to answer the question, you know, is there a greater probability of a dealer busting based on the card showing? I can give the dealer a card and then I can run a whole bunch of simulations on what happened, right? So we, again, a simulation, and we'll find that out. We'll talk about this probably next class. Basically what you're trying to do is gain a lot of history, knowledge, experience, if you will, on kind of what could happen if we did, you know, this or that. In this case, what if I gave the dealer a 2 and I did it 1,000 times? What's the probability out of those 1,000 times, or how many times out of those 1,000 did the dealer actually bust? So, and then you can kind of gain some experience that maybe you wouldn't have any other way. All right, so that's the first thing that I wanted to update. The second thing I wanted to update is get a blackjack hand. So right now, if I try to do H dot, there is no blackjack hand, right? So I would have to add the cards together somehow. So I haven't really created that, so it would be stupid for me to try to do it. So def underscore, not underscore, blackjack underscore value. What do we want this to do? So I want it to basically report out the value of the blackjack value of the hand. So I don't really need to input anything into it. I just need to call the hand and then have it do its thing. And then so we'll say val is equal to 0. We'll say ace is equal to false. This should look a lot like what we've done this in the past. So for I in range length of self dot num underscore cards, we want to do what? I want to say if self dot cards I dot inval is really equal to 14. Then ace equals true. So right now I had it as false, but as you go through there, and if you find an ace, inval was the value from 2 to 14 of the card itself, not based on its rank or its suit, but in each suit they had 2 to 14. And so if I find a 14, then I'm going to give it a value of ace, and then val plus equals self dot card cards I dot b. So we've given it a blackjack value for each one of the cards. We just haven't summed the hands. So what could happen is I could go through, and if I had a blackjack value of in other words, there's an ace in there, then I would have a blackjack value possibly more than what it could be, right? So in other words, an ace could be either a 10 or 11. So come back out of there. So if val is greater than 21 and ace, then val minus val minus 10. And this might not be perfect. I'm thinking about this now. Maybe we say, so maybe we want to do some kind of blackjack value and it captures the number of, yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So this might not be exactly what we want to do. So instead of saying false, I'm going to say 0. And then if I find an ace, I'm going to add 1. And if the val is greater than 1 and ace is greater than 0. Oh, so instead of doing an if, I'm going to do a while. That's what we'll do. So while val is greater than 21 and ace is greater than 0, then I want to val minus equals 10, So we want to do that, and we want to ace minus equals 1. On the fly, right there, figuring it out. So that's good. So let's find out what happens. Let me run this one. Let me give a hand. So H, print H, enter. So I got an ace and a king. And let me give it another card. Deck. I think it was D. Let me make sure. So D dot deal card H comma card. So ace of spades. I can give it an ace of hearts. Print H. Oops. Print H. So I got 2 of those, and then I want to do H dot BJ value. Didn't like BJ value. Oh, because I probably had shift enter, shift. Oh, you know what I need to do is re-instantiate this. And then print H, deal, print H, and give me the blackjack value. It did not like that for I, int, no length. Length of self.num cards, int has no length. Oh, so I don't need the length. I'm a knucklehead. Shift enter, shift enter, shift enter. Come on, man. I just thought, oh, I didn't redo it up here. Okay. Jeez. And try it again. All right, 12. Is that correct? So king and 2 aces is actually a 12. Let's give it another card. D dot deal card. I'm going to give it another one. I just want to make sure that this sucker's working. I'm going to give H a H comma card, and we'll give it an ace of. I got spades. I got hearts. Obviously, H of diamonds. Yeah, I don't want to take the risk that would not work. Home enter. I would have to feel obligated to go fix it. So now I got 3 aces in there, and it still works. Okay, so that's good. I don't think that would have worked had we left it the way that I had written it the first time. At least I was thinking of it the first time. Okay, that's really all I have for this video. I wanted to update those 2 things so that we could write some code in the next couple videos in order to make or to answer the questions that we sort of posed at the beginning. All right, that's all I have, and I hope you got something out of this one.